Live. Can you see us, Callie?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, 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 everyone. We are live. It's your girls, Montique, Callie, and Joy. And we are here to talk about The Real Housewives of New Jersey, Season 12, Episode 11, All Tea, All Shade. Um, oh, Lord, I'm going to let y'all know I binge watched from 4 to 12, to 11, just so we could do this today. But
There y'all are.
I'm going to play our intro, and then we'll get into it.
Now that's a picture.
Ain't that pretty?
Who is that one in the middle?
Yeah, she fine, honey.
All right, all right. So, how are you ladies doing today?
Okay.
Pretty
It's
good.
Friday.
It's hot.
It's Friday.
It's Friday. I think everybody was off today, so people are probably out with their families. It's the echo. Is it me?
No, I just turned my TV down. The TV
Okay.
is
The
loud.
TV will be delayed just a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's why when they say stuff, it'll be after we've already moved on sometimes. But
Yeah.
just because they see it a little later than us. But so anyway, what do you all think about the episode? How do you rate it 1 through 10, with 10 being the highest?
I give it a
Kelly,
5.
you gave it a 5. Okay.
I
Yeah.
I
What you
just
give it?
focused on one thing, and it kind of 5. That's all Margaret gets.
All right. And what about you?
Me, I give it a 10.
Oh, well,
Well,
really?
and I'm gonna tell you why. Jersey by far is one of my one. I have two favorite franchises. That's
Mm-hmm.
Potomac and Jersey. The reason that I love Jersey so much is an example of what we saw Tuesday night. Jersey
Hey,
recipe.
Sandy.
I laughed a little. I cried when the girls was leaving that house because I felt it, and I was screaming at the TV when all of them were at that little dinner in Nashville.
Girl.
They have the recipe to do all of that in an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a lot
And
in an
it was a
hour.
lot that happened. I laughed a little. I can't remember what I laughed at. It'll come to me.
It'll
But I
cut. Yeah.
laughed a little. I definitely cried when those girls were moving out of the house
Right.
because all of us can relate to moving out of your family house. But more importantly, we watched them move in there. And
Yeah,
we
we
know
did. They
that
showed the background of it.
there are
Yeah.
parts of the house that
Oh,
Joe
he's in the room.
Judice built with his own hands. And
Wow.
they weren't just leaving their childhood home, they were also leaving a part of their father that's in the
Mm.
country there away. And it was really starting new because even Teresa teared up.
Yeah.
You know, when you move in a new house, especially one you built from the ground, it's just so much hope. You have so much, you're thinking about what you're going to create there. So, it was a house that I'm sure her and Joe thought they would retire in.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think, since I binge watched, it was a lot to binge watch because they do a lot in 1 hour.
Hmm.
So for me to have binge watched all those shows, I was a little overwhelmed by the last show. I was like, this is just, they crazy. You know what I mean? Like these women cannot go anywhere without
Mm-mm.
acting a fool.
Nowhere.
And I'm just like, they walk in mad. I'm like, can we at least have a drink first? Hey, Tori.
Don't let me forget that when we get to that. When they were arguing and Frank was trying to get Dolores to stay, On the after show, Frank said he really wanted to stay. It wasn't about loyalty. He was hungry.
Yeah,
And he
like they
was
don't get
like,
to
Mm.
eat.
he has learned to eat really, really fast.
Mhm.
He said just to show you how much time went by, how quickly he ate. By the time Teresa had came upstairs, he had already fallen asleep.
No.
Frank did. He had eaten, and they said
Paula.
he fell asleep with food in his mouth, and they took pictures of him.
I mean, it's just I don't know. But anyway, so for me binge watching, when Jennifer cries, they said that there's no time limit for crying. So y'all better get over Candace and Mel being sad. Um, but so does Jennifer's crying bother y'all?
No.
Me either.
When was Jennifer crying?
Every time she cried every episode I
Girl.
watched.
I mean, you see, you went back, so she
Yeah,
didn't
so
cry this
I was just like
episode.
she cried. They
I
made it.
think Jennifer was overwhelmed, which is why she's cowering. When we get to her, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You may have picked up on that. She's not. She's almost a
Yeah,
shell of herself from previous seasons.
it
But
Right.
I
was.
think
She was
she's
getting
the
on my
type.
nerves a little bit.
She wants the bleeding to stop.
Hmm.
So she's almost willing to make a deal with the devil, Margaret, to make the bleeding stop.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
And I hope she's watching this, just shaking her head, because as soon as she tells her anything, Margaret will run. She's not a friend to anybody. She really holds minions. She doesn't, in my opinion, have friends. And I think that Jackie confirmed that when Jackie said an episode ago that actually Jackie said this when they were at that park. When Jackie said, um, everybody's afraid of Teresa. Who they need to be afraid of is Margaret,
Because
because she
Margaret is
knows
good,
what
but
all
everybody
the
is afraid
bones
of
are
Teresa.
bearing.
I'm gonna get into that. I feel like
So
I'm
I
gonna be
don't
by
think that
myself
everybody.
today. Like,
First of all, I don't think anybody has ever been afraid of Teresa.
okay, that's
They
why I
have
said today I'm gonna
always
be on
been.
my own
So
because you
when
and
people
Callie
say that,
seem
I
to
think
like
that's a bunch of
Teresa, and I
bull.
think she's a hot mess. So
Right.
it's gonna be
Well,
an EJ
I don't
situation
think
with I'm gonna be by
anybody's
myself, and
afraid.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
but
they
it's
want
not
to
Um,
fight
necessarily
with
that I
her.
like her. It's just that Margaret is so foul. It's easy to go toward
I feel
Teresa.
like they're equal. I mean,
Oh my God, no, you
Oh
I feel
don't.
like
God,
Teresa
I don't
is
know
so
how.
No, no.
defensive, and it's just like ridiculous. Like
Margaret
she
is the
come in on hot,
devil. She
and I'm
is
like,
I'm
Lucifer.
not saying that she's not defensive. I
she's
agree
too
with that.
defensive.
I believe that she's defensive, but the problem that I have with Margaret is the way that she's putting out these rumors. And
Right.
when we get to that, I want to
Ooh.
definitely go into detail about
Right.
the truth of some of these. And I don't blame Teresa. It's certain things you really can't say on TV, but they're available online anywhere. Anytime
Do
you
you have
file,
anything you want to send me to show or no?
no, I
Okay.
just wanted to talk specifically about the lawsuit. I can
Okay.
post it if anybody wants to, because that's really important. For Margaret to put out there that Louis is abusive is so unfair to him. Because if y'all read that lawsuit, it's literally the stupidest lawsuit I've ever heard of. And I want to get to the details because that's important to say when when you heard abusive and then in front of her child, who is not going to he's hitting her or hurting her
Right.
in front of her child.
Mm-hmm.
That woman has never even accused him of not only physically, he's never accused him of physically touching her, not even emotionally. Like I could have even understood if she said he talked to her crazy. She's accusing him of, just to tell y'all what the lawsuit is.
Yeah, go ahead because you done started.
So here's the thing. Louis dated this girl. I don't know if the video that we've seen at the beginning of the season, I don't know if the video came before or after. That would be interesting to know. But they were on, he and this ex-girlfriend, who is currently Dolores's ex-boyfriend, the doctor,
What girlfriend? Yeah.
now current girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
But she and Louis were dating. They were out of town somewhere. I can't remember where. But wherever they were, they must have got into an argument because Louis left her in whatever town it was and went home to his house that he owns with his only name on it and locked his doors. When she got there, he would not, according to her, allow her to get her things.
Which is
He
illegal.
He claims he packed all her
That's
things.
still illegal. You can't put people out if they live with you. You
Okay.
gotta evict them. That's illegal, but go
Okay.
ahead.
He put her out,
That's
and her
illegal.
argument is this is what she's suing him about. She says that he was she didn't say he was emotionally abusive. I can't remember the exact dialogue she used, but I think in other words, she's claiming that he was emotionally abusive because apparently Louis started a business that's associated with autism. It's in the social work range.
Mm-hmm.
This woman was a social worker.
Okay.
And she claims that Louis promised to that this was supposed to be a gift. Her abuse is he isn't giving. He's trying to take away her gift.
Oh.
At no point has this business ever been in her name, and she wants her gift back. His business.
Mm.
That's what this is about. She's never accused him of hurting her. Of the only the some of the worst things
Okay.
in there is that she claims that he used this business over her head
Mm.
and threatened to if she continues and it's not clear what she continues. He would basically spread rumors about her.
I mean,
And
I'm gonna say this about Louis. I do feel like Louis was a bad man in the past, but I feel like he's worked on himself, and I feel like Teresa got him at the right time where he's ready to be the man he's supposed to be. I don't know if he hit on people or nothing, but I do think,
nobody, but that's
yeah,
the thing.
I don't think
Not
that
even
he
his
was just this
ex-wife,
great guy that he is now. I feel like he probably is a great guy now, but
and
to
his
put her
ex.
out of her house, the house that she lived in, is illegal because
It
where's
may
she
or
gonna
may
go?
not be in
Like, it don't
Jersey. I
matter
don't know
if she
what the
got
thing
mail
is.
there. She lived there, and you cannot just put somebody out if they live there. You have to evict them or something. You have to come to an agreement.
I don't know exactly what he did, but anyway, it go. I'm just telling you.
So,
You
because
sit
I
up
mean, I
here
wouldn't want him to
talk
do
about a
that to
technicality.
Teresa and her
That was
girls.
never her home. That was never. Her name ain't on the deed.
It don't matter. It
Okay, I
doesn't
heard you.
matter if
I
her
don't
name is
know
on it.
New
If
Jersey
she
law,
lived
and
in the
I ain't gonna
house,
sit up
it
here
don't
and
matter.
argue. I don't
There's
know
my
New Jersey law.
tea. Auntie,
Huh?
there's my tea.
But it
Let it
don't matter.
out.
I mean, you have y'all watched the worst name, the race. What is it on Netflix? Well, they couldn't get them people out of their house because they live there. They weren't paying bills or nothing.
That
They had
is
to go through a
literally. You can
process.
read it. Look, Latoria, don't read the blogs. You can literally read the lawsuit. We don't have to argue about this. You can literally go read it. It's
I'm not
open.
arguing about the lawsuit.
No, I was talking to Latoria.
Oh,
Latoria
yeah.
saying that's not what it's about. It literally is. You can go read it.
Oh, what's not what's
And
about?
not only can you read it, let's be clear. Right after she opened the lawsuit, and she tried to get a restraining order against him from going to his own business, which was denied, and she dropped the lawsuit.
Well,
Very
get that.
shortly
I mean,
after
I feel like
filing
he's
it.
gonna do Teresa right. I will say that, but I don't think that. I feel like this. If I'm in a relationship, because me and Kelly already had this conversation. I will like hurt you for my man. You know what I mean? But you're gonna have to do something besides ask me a question. I feel like with Teresa, them just asking
I
her
read the
questions.
lawsuit, Latoria. I'm not guessing.
Can we get off the lawsuit, y'all? We got 40 minutes. We
I'm
moving
reading
on.
Latoria. I'm
Moving
just letting
on.
you
My
know. I'm
time
not
is this
guessing.
time.
I read the lawsuit.
Okay.
You
So
can literally Google Louis so and his name, Ruiz or whatever, lawsuit. Google it. The
y'all told
ex-girlfriend.
me to keep y'all on time and y'all keep going out. Okay.
Go ahead.
So anyway, I done lost my train of thought.
Oh my goodness.
Lord, what was I saying?
I'm gonna put it in a group.
You were saying that
I lost it.
I kind of forgot too.
Okay, I got it, Callie. Though they were just asking her questions. I feel like if you are secure in your relationship, you shouldn't be getting that mad.
Okay.
If you were in this love bubble and she's just asking you, have you seen this? Da 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 da. Even though
Okay.
Margaret is a piece of work, you should not be this damn mad.
Yes, she should, and here's why.
Tell me why.
Margaret, it's so easy. Margaret said, even on this last episode, Margaret said, or maybe last week. Well, I mean, I have questions. What's so wrong about me being curious? You're being
Hmm.
nosy, Margaret. You're doing it to put information to hurt them, not to do it to hurt Teresa. She is foul. She said that. I mean, it's okay with me to want to know. No, it's not okay
Okay.
with you to want to know.
They
Stop it.
all do that. Teresa did that
Mm,
to Jackie's husband. She
That's
was
really the point.
curious
You're
about
correct.
what he was doing,
well, now
and she
Yes.
Teresa,
sent
is she
somebody to
still
do
doing
her dirty work. It's
But
like they all do it. It's not like
it?
she's
Okay, she's
exempt
still doing
from
it.
it. I think
but
y'all need
but
to
at
go binge
least be
watch it all
honest
back to
about it.
back.
Here's the difference, because you're right. Teresa did really the exact same thing to Jackie last year. In the name of being a girl's girl, the difference is we left last season thinking that Teresa just completely made up this rumor out the blue. I know I did. I thought that she had lied about this whole Evan cheating, although I had heard it before, because I did hear it before.
Hmm.
I had heard it before last season when Jackie had first came on.
Okay.
I had heard that her husband was having an affair with some girl at the gym. That's all I heard, but nothing ever came of it, so I didn't think nothing of it. So when Teresa said it again, I said, I wonder if she getting this from the same rumor mill I heard. Maybe she's, maybe it was made up. I don't know. But when you have Frank saying, "Oh, I know the girl. I know her from the gym." You don't know anybody that doesn't exist if it's just made up in Teresa's head. And then Margaret's husband literally said he'd heard the rumor. Now he tried
Okay.
to pull it back,
That
and
still
since he
doesn't
said
make
he
any
heard
sense
it at
because
his house, he tried to pull
Margaret's
it
not
back.
asking something out of the air. It's out in
Wait a
it's in
minute.
the
I'm
atmosphere.
not look. I think on this particular thing, I agree with you, Montanique. I mean, yeah, Montanique, we're there. I
No.
agree. What Teresa did to Jackie was flat out wrong. She putting a rumor that is probably on the internet that has no legs, or maybe it does have some, but we don't have any proof into the in from the internet to a national platform. And you should not do that. I agree with that. It's the same thing that you could argue with Giselle and Wendy.
They
It
all do it.
shouldn't. It shouldn't
Yeah.
happen. But let's be clear. Margaret did the same thing to Teresa
Okay, but
with
but if
Louis.
Teresa's done it to someone else, how the hell is she gonna be so mad that she gotta go to every event that they go to with a damn attitude? It's like you do it to people and it's okay, but
Well,
when they do it to you,
I'm
you
not
gonna throw
arguing.
some
Yeah, I'm
stuff
not.
on them. I don't know, and
I
just
mean, I
because I
get
know
it, but I
Wendy
mean,
went
I'm
too
not saying that
far
it's right
with
because she
Where does
Giselle,
it
wrong.
I
stop?
feel like Teresa went
Where
way too far. It's like
where
when
does
you
it
like
stop?
people, people excuse the things they do, and I'm sitting here like, how are you gonna Marge and Teresa are the same person?
I don't
Care
think
what
it's about
nobody say.
excusing it. At least it's not about
Okay.
that for me. But Teresa has expressed that Margaret, she stopped talking about my boyfriend. She's
She's
brought
yeah.
it up.
And
They've
Jackie did
addressed
the
it, and
same
she's
thing.
asked it. But
She
at this,
actually.
well, at this moment, just talking about Marge and Teresa, she's asked her to not do that, and it makes Marge do it more and more and
Mhm.
more.
Yeah.
So that to me, that's wrong. Okay, you got it out there. The world knows something that I didn't want nobody to know, or whatever that is. I've asked you not to do it anymore, and you keep
And
it up. Okay, so
And here's
then
the
I'm coming for
thing.
you every time I see you.
Teresa didn't ask her on camera. She asked her off. And here's the thing.
Mhm.
Thank you.
All of them go into a season saying, let's not talk about this. Let's think about Beverly Hills when
But I
there was
hate them
all
over
kind of
that.
lawsuits and crap going on that I mean, Margaret got lawsuits and stuff going on that nobody mentions because people ask, okay, I know everything is on the table, but let's not venture here. And
Well,
you
how do you
either
know it just didn't make
respect
the air? I mean, how
and
you
you
know they didn't
either
talk about it? It just could not
because
make the
Jennifer
air.
said it. Jennifer said it. You watch the
That don't mean
after
it's
show.
true. I mean, y'all just
No,
okay. Go
Jennifer
ahead.
said in the after show that Teresa asked her not to talk about it. She asked her. That's all she can do. Now
Because
she
Jennifer
may
said it.
decide
It just made her go harder.
make her
Like
go
you said
harder
it.
or whatever. But she asked it. So now we're at a point where everything is on the table.
So people have to follow what Teresa wants them to do.
No, but
That's what y'all are
no,
saying.
we're
I'm
No,
sitting
no,
here
not.
like y'all need
I
to binge
said
watch it
they
from the beginning.
all do. They all have found themselves in a situation where they have asked, let's not do that. All the housewives. What I'm telling you is it has happened on every season.
I
Now,
get
you
that.
can decide as a person, I'm going to respect that. Usually people say, okay, I'm going to respect that because, I got my own crap, so I ain't going to go there. Other people don't respect that. So all the cards are on the table. That's all that I'm saying. So that
I
means
get
that
that.
when Margaret asks people not to talk about her children, because allegedly she has, then all the cards are on the table. Because all of them have things that they respectfully, and it could be
Okay. But do you remember
something
when
that
when Giselle did the tax thing with Ray?
Mm-hmm.
And it was because it was already out there in the Washington Post or whatever. And
Mhm.
so since it was already out there, Giselle had to do something to
Mhm.
put it on the show because it was out there.
Correct.
So why is it different if this is already out there about Louis? Why is it not okay for them to ask, have you seen this? What's going on? Did you read what happened today? They do this on every show. They say, did you see what was on Instagram? I mean, I don't understand why it caused it so much. I mean, it was like Teresa got on my nerves.
The
You do
reason why
know,
it
here's
causes
the
so much
difference.
headache is because
The
she asked her to
IRS
stop.
situation, the difference between the IRS and Ray, there were certain things that Ray couldn't talk about, so it just didn't get talked about. With the IRS and Ray, this actually deals with a whole nother person. It's certain things that you just can't necessarily talk about. That's why
Okay.
he says things like it's
I'm
just
not
a
even talking
vindictive
about that.
ex.
I'm not,
It's
but it
just a
got mentioned. I
vindictive
didn't
ex.
say that everything had to be talked about. Everything about Louis hadn't been talked about. I'm just saying it was brought up. I think y'all maybe not understanding what I'm saying because what
I
y'all coming
am.
back with is not
Well, I
what
understand
I'm saying.
you're saying it's brought up. It happens every season. Why all of a sudden does Teresa want it to
Right,
stop?
that's what I'm asking.
Right. And the reason she wants her to stop is because they've been going through this for a long time. She's asked her repeatedly to stop. You've talked about it. We're embarrassed. You got folks looking into stuff I don't want them looking at, and you will not respect me enough to stop it now.
Okay, so when they were at the little, I can't remember Jennifer's house, Teresa then brought it up. Like, what did y'all say about me? And so Louis was even like, let her talk. He was like, just please let her talk. And he was like, if you don't stop, I'm gonna leave. And if you because you're gonna have to learn. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to show you that you're gonna have to let me at least. I'm not afraid of her. Let the man just answer the questions. That's the problem. Nothing is getting answered or anything. They're not
But
allowing
she
it.
got,
Why
but
does
I
she
mean,
have to answer the
Because every other
question?
husband has to answer stuff.
no,
What
they
do
I mean, she
don't.
sat there
you
and
No,
mean?
called
they
Joe
didn't.
a
Ray didn't say a
bitch.
doggone thing about
Ray
his
never opened his
taxes.
mouth.
That's
I'm not
not
talking
true.
about Potomac. Let's get
But
But
off
in
of
I'm
that.
just
I'm talking
general,
saying,
about
but
this
that's
one.
I'm just giving you an
Lord have
example.
mercy. Okay, we can
Um,
quit talking about it.
they don't. The why, and
Okay.
this ain't even about Teresa. And something
Okay,
else that
let's move on.
irritates me. This is this girl's boyfriend. It's what if when she his husband, go after him. This is the boyfriend.
Okay, well then we can move on. Then I can. That's fine. All right. So let's see. Lava Teresa got caught in a lie. And a lot of people love her, but she did get caught in a lot of lies. But I ain't gonna. Y'all go ahead. Y'all can start it because everything I got is about Teresa. So go ahead.
and
What else
everything
you
I
want to talk
have is about Marge. I mean, so
about? Okay, well y'all talk about Marge then.
it's so funny because I think the show is good. I agree with what Joy, what you said about Jennifer. She just wants to stop the bleeding, so she's willing to do a lot of things that she probably would not normally do. I, it just always goes back to Marge for me. She's just delirious and
So it don't.
obsessed with Teresa.
So
Oh,
y'all
she.
don't
I
see
mean,
the fact that
and
Jennifer
just
has had an issue with
her
everybody too.
words,
Oh, of
and
course. And
and
Okay.
Jennifer's apologized for it and said I should have never brought it up. It
yeah.
hurt. Blah, blah. Yeah. So yeah,
But
we're
Marge
going back.
apologized she didn't apologize to Teresa, but she apologized to Jennifer.
Okay, but she didn't apologize to Teresa.
Cause Teresa threw some damn shit on her. Would you apologize to Teresa after she called you white trash and a CUNT?
Okay, well,
No.
so what? So then
That is horrible.
you're kind of agreeing with what we're saying. Then when you say, well, why do we have to stop the conversation? Marge continues to go in harder and harder and harder,
When did I
no
say why
matter
they have to stop the
what.
conversation? When did I say that?
Just a second ago, but not in those exact words, not the exact
Oh,
words.
I didn't mean it that way then.
And
They
Marge
can
is
talk
no
about whatever they want
better.
to talk about.
Marge is no
Yeah.
better when people try to put out things like Teresa's a thug, which I thought was
She is.
hilarious.
Okay.
That's what she called it. I
Did
said,
you said she's a
was
thug?
Margaret?
She
Was
is.
I was cracking up. I said, was Marge a thug when she threw that water on
She
Danielle?
was.
Was she a thug when she pushed a man in a
She
tuxedo
was.
in a pool?
She
How
was.
about when she threw red wine on who did she throw red wine on?
She was. That don't equate that Teresa's not.
Um
It's like they all can be the same thing at certain times. She was a
who did
thug
she
at that
throw
time. She
red
shouldn't have done
wine on?
that. She should have got in
Oh,
trouble for it, actually.
Danielle. She threw red wine on Danielle.
She should have got in trouble for it, actually. They
That's
were
me.
that was some thug behavior.
Well, and then after they got through arguing in this last episode, and Dolores started to leave, Margaret said, "You better not leave. You better not leave."
That's
What
why I
was
said
that
yes.
about?
I said the
She
same
shouldn't
If
have
thing.
you leave
left.
this and if
You
you leave
better
that,
not leave.
She
I
shouldn't.
was like, what kind of gangster crap
She
is
shouldn't
exactly,
this?
have left. Like
that
every
would have
time
made me
Teresa,
leave right there.
everybody ran after Teresa. Like she didn't do something
Oh,
wrong.
baby, she didn't
That's
just
like
say you
with
better
Chris.
not leave.
That's
She
like being on
said,
stage after
I'm a
getting punched
better,
and nobody
no, she
checks on
said,
you.
I'm a better friend to you. I
Yes,
talked to you six times a day.
I can't do all
Like
that.
that. I'm like, that's why I said you can't have a friendship with
She
somebody.
said 12 a day. She said, "I talk to you 12 times a
And I
day."
said, she's weird. Like, I'm
She
like, girl, don't
is
sit your butt down.
very demanding. I'm going to be upset if you leave. And
I
Yes.
would have been upset if my friend would have left that I talk to every day for somebody who just threw red wine on me. I may not have said it to them like that, but it would have made me upset. And I would
well,
have been disappointed in them.
she's Teresa's
That's
friend
just
too,
me.
though.
I mean, but that's how close I am with certain people. I don't have a lot of friends. So the ones that I have, if that happened, that would have hurt me. Seriously. If somebody threw all that stuff on me
What's Latoya talking
and
about?
called me
What
a
crap she mad
white
about?
trash, which is horrible to call somebody,
You
and a
mad at
CUNT.
facts. Who mad? Who mad?
That's what I
You're
was
mad at
laughing at.
facts. I just think people have favorites, and so when they have favorites, they don't see what their favorites do,
Yeah, we
and
do.
that's okay.
Yeah, we do.
Because
But
we
I
y'all
talk
didn't
on
don't
it.
seem like
on
it.
this particular show. I like the show. You know, when people were sitting up there, I don't know. I think I sent it in the group that they're saying that there are 3 people allegedly. There are people
Yeah,
that's supposed to be leaving. More than one, at
Oh,
least
really?
that number.
that's what they say.
One of them, they say they trying to reach out to somebody's sister. That hint to me was Jackie, but then again, yeah, Jackie or somebody's estranged sister. And we know that Jackie has an estranged sister. And then there was a hint that somebody it's time for them to leave. They've been on the show almost 10 years. To me, that is Melissa. They need
I
new
like Melissa.
families. They need new. I don't know. I'm just telling you what the
You
Yeah,
like
hint
Melissa?
said. And I think Melissa,
Melissa
because
is
it
probably
wasn't
the most
Teresa, because
reasonable
Teresa
one.
been on since New Jersey aired before Atlanta.
Yeah. So, because the
Yeah,
reason I say
they aired before Atlanta
the
because
reason I say
I
Melissa,
watched New Jersey because I'd heard about this new show because I think Nene and them were doing like a promo or something, and I saw it, and I had never watched a Housewife show, and so I had turned on Bravo, and it was an episode of New Jersey, and I watched New
well, Mr.
Jersey.
Haven says if more than one person leave, it's Teresa, Melissa, and Joe. Why do you? Bravo.
I don't know if Teresa's going to leave, but I think it is going to be Melissa. And I don't know why Jackie wouldn't leave because, in my opinion, if you want to have a real conversation, I can't stand. They call her Trap Mouth. They actually call
Oh,
her
that's
Trout.
Callie, probably.
Oh, oh, they call her Trout Mouth. Is what they
She
call
does
her
hold her
Oh,
mouth funny.
that's funnier.
You
because
talking about
she got
Mark?
that Botox
She
in
holds
her
her mouth
mouth,
awful.
so her mouth protrudes.
Oh,
But
Marge's mouth protrudes like a
Yeah, it
trout.
goes like it.
like a trout.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
so
let me
they
look up
call her
some pictures
trout
just for
mouth,
the fun of
which
it.
I ain't crazy about. I don't think I might think it in my head. I don't like putting that kind of stuff out.
Um,
But dang, what was I finna say? Y'all know my memory bad.
you got to write it down.
I know.
Well,
I'm
I
like
was talking about
Dora.
watching
I'm
Melissa.
like Dora from from Finding Nemo. My
Oh
memory
yeah, well, just keep
is.
swimming.
Dang, what was I saying?
I don't know. What was she saying?
Teresa shouldn't worry about how Melissa will feel. Melissa been coming for that
Oh,
girl since
about who's
season
gonna leave.
one.
Okay.
I can't stand Mark. I do not like her. But
Neither.
I'm not gonna sit up here and say she don't bring nothing to the show.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had to say keep 3 and get rid of 3, I would definitely say keep Teresa. I mean, if Teresa wasn't on this show, what would it possibly be about this season? Explain it to me.
Marge and the mob. Marge is
What would it
crazy.
be about?
Nothing.
She,
Marge. Just
I
Marge. Just
mean, honestly.
Marge.
So if I had to
Jennifer's
keep,
affair, Melissa,
right,
yeah,
Jennifer,
or
but Jennifer already smoothed that over. She kissed the ring. So if you had the 3, it
Mm-mm.
would be Jennifer, Marge, and Teresa. I don't care what nobody say. Jackie brings absolutely
I
nothing
like
to this
Jackie's
show.
story this season.
Originally, I think they had her on there because of her butting heads with Teresa, but that girl is boring as I'd rather watch paint dry.
Really?
Yes.
Mhm.
What do y'all
And
want her to do?
Dolores is
Leave
not
the
really
show.
interesting, but Frank is. And that's the same thing with Melissa. Both Dolores and Melissa's men are more entertaining than they are.
So
That's
what do you want
very
them to
true. I
do
never
that will
thought
make?
about
Because I
that.
mean, I feel like Teresa and Marge are enough drama that the other people can just have normal lives with their kids and their husbands and their eating disorders and things like that. I don't think it needs to be more than 3 people on there. And Jennifer, that's causing craziness because they
I just
already
think that that should be a
extremely
situation where you're bringing everybody's holding the weight.
crazy.
I don't think Melissa holds her weight. I just don't.
I
I
do
just
like the men,
don't.
but I just
I
think
mean,
that
at one point, I know why they kept Melissa on here, but Joe is more of a housewife than she is.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, I mean, no disrespect to her. I'm
she
glad she
is
got her
a housewife
daughter
though. She has
to come out of her
kids.
shell, but really, like,
Okay.
y'all have to, if you, since you just binge watched it, then you noticed this, I'm sure. Melissa didn't even get a personal one-on-one lead a scene until like season 4 or 5. I mean, episode 4 or 5.
Mhm.
Nor did Marge. That's just how uninteresting they are.
That
Go
means they're
back. Yeah,
uninteresting.
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, because I know
They
Absolutely.
didn't
Candace
do
didn't have a
nothing.
whole bunch of scenes in the beginning of Potomac, and she's very interesting. It just
Cool.
could be their shooting schedule. Yeah, I mean, y'all don't
Well,
really
they ain't got
know
nothing
what
going.
is
It
going
ain't no
on.
shooting schedule. They create the schedule. It's your job. You make yourself available. It's
No,
one
not
thing if you
always.
miss
Not if you
one
have other stuff going
situation.
on.
What in the world does Jackie got going
You
on?
don't know. She could have been in her eating disorder clinic. You have no
Well, she's
idea
been
Well,
at the
what
she
could
eating
have been
did.
disorder
going on.
doctor.
But you
She
don't
ain't
know.
nothing else
Okay,
going on. She doesn't. I mean, she's
you
talking
don't know.
only what she shows us on the show, and right now the only thing they have going on is her eating disorder. We've seen her at the therapist. We've seen her husband go back at Jennifer's husband, saying, get away,
And she
pulls him
looks
away.
really good. She
She
looks
looks
She's
good.
great.
picked up some
At
weight, yeah.
reunion, she looks
She looks
good.
amazing.
Mhm.
I hope
So
if she could see this, she looks really good. The little weight that she put
yeah,
on is good weight. It looks good on
It
it
her.
looks
looks good
great
on
on
She
her.
her.
looks healthy.
So y'all really
That's her
want another
line.
housewife that is as extreme as Teresa, Marge, and Jennifer.
First of all, Teresa ain't
Jennifer,
always that extreme.
Okay.
She's not.
All right.
Teresa does that when she feels like she has something to protect. When you're coming at her, when for the it was 3 or 4 seasons that Teresa was a namaste. She was boring.
So did you want her off the show then?
I mean, the show was boring. That's when they lost people. Like, if you look at, y'all have to remember that Jersey's numbers were just under Atlanta's. Atlanta used to have the highest numbers. Jersey had the second highest. That's why Nene and Teresa were the highest two paid. Y'all remember that?
hmm
Allegedly, Teresa is the highest paid. I don't
Higher than
know if
Kyle
that's still
Richardson
true.
on Beverly Hills?
Oh,
I
she
feel like all
always
the Beverly Hills girls
no,
make too much money, but we ain't gonna talk
no.
about them right now.
Teresa and Nene were number 1 and 2 on the highest paid list.
Hmm.
Not even insinuated that anybody was in between them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were
I
numbers
thought
one and
Beverly Hills
two.
was one of the highest paid casts out
No,
there.
they never have reached the numbers
So you don't think
that
LVP was
Atlanta
paid high?
did.
Okay.
It was by numbers.
LVP might have made more money than the other people on the show,
I'm
but
It's
telling
possible.
y'all, yeah, man, them numbers might not have been right after a while.
No, numbers, not salary. I'm talking about they were paid by their ratings at some point.
Marge
Nene, of
has more
course,
money than. Do we care that Marge has more
Marsh
money
has
than
more money
what?
than all of them. Um,
Oh, well,
March
I'm
that's
not
good.
Mouth.
arguing about how much money he got. We're talking about the salaries from Bravo.
Yeah, she's talking about
Yeah.
Southern Bravo. So March Mouth's
She
not
put
going
her
to
business
close
out
because
there and
unlike
not
them,
try and lie
she
and hide
puts her business
skeletons.
out there and not try to lie and hide them skeletons. Do y'all agree with
Yeah, and
that?
she's disgusting.
She is disgusting.
She's disgusting. I
I
mean, what
mean, the
what
business she's putting
woman
out there.
would
Do we
think
need
it's
to know you slept with
entertaining?
every single boss you ever had so you can try and
Right,
get
that's
promoted?
disgusting. Right.
I mean,
I
she's
mean,
putting
if you
her trash
think
out
it's
there, all
yeah,
right.
she's disgusting. I mean, this is a woman that we know that she had to rush home to wipe off her boyfriend's stench so her husband wouldn't see it. And she said it in a joking way. So you can
Okay,
say she puts her business out there, okay. But
but
I'm
so
not
but so I'm not gonna
but
talk about
she
another
don't want
show.
nobody to say nothing about it. That's the killer. When
But
Jennifer
you want
said something
disgusting
about it,
people on other
Jennifer
shows
is a
because your
bad
show love
person.
coleslaw and love and marriage Huntsville, and that help us disgusting.
Okay. I never said she wasn't.
But you think she should join?
I mean, then they should stop talking about her.
They have
Okay.
basically.
Yeah, if you stop talking about
But
it, then it's a done deal. That's my
okay,
thing.
so
You
because she
can't
don't
have
need to be on
shows
there.
dedicated to somebody and they don't have no voice.
I don't
If
think
they wouldn't
Teresa's
talk about it,
disgusting. Why do you think Teresa's disgusting? I didn't watch for a while, so I don't know what Marge has done in the past. I'm just watching this season, and I feel like Teresa is crazy this season.
I
Um,
don't think she's disgusting. I just think she's, you know, she goes hard where she should, and not everybody likes that. But
I don't
she
like.
needs to stay on Marge.
look, I ain't trying to look. Teresa responds in a very immature way. We
Yes,
can't
that's
argue
true.
that that's the way a 50-year-old supposed to
Right.
act when somebody tick you off.
That was
I'm
like
not arguing that. All I'm
okay.
saying is I understand the passion. I understand the anger. But it should not that shouldn't be the response. It's just like the
Mhm.
whole Will and Jada thing. I understood his anger. I understand. I just didn't think that his response was appropriate.
Okay, so I read this thing in one of the groups. They say everyone said Louis' past is violent, but Teresa is violent too. Maybe he needs protection from her.
And not one person in all those blogs have ever accused him of being violent. Because and my thing is, y'all know what
That
group
wasn't the
he
point
is.
I was making. Is
Put
Teresa
it
violent or not?
Teresa?
to her husband. Absolutely not.
No,
No.
let me read it again. It
Ab-
says, did y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
she's
Y'all are
not
answering weirder
violent
than I
though.
think today. Okay. Teresa's
I'm
a
just trying to think of
hypocrite.
why somebody would even call her violent. I mean, she called what she tried to get into it with Daniela. She asked her if this was a better name for her. She doesn't walk away from people, but I don't. She's not violent to me. That I can't even recall a scene where she's well, except for the first few seasons. I don't think she's violent overall, though. Teresa's fine.
Let's
She just
start
is
with
not
okay.
gonna
So she
punk
said, let's
up.
start with split. I don't know what that is. Splitting up families, talking about people down in her own family, telling lies, being a dummy. Um,
Splitting up families. Teresa, who we talking about
I don't know. I don't know what y'all talking about. But okay, so somebody said, so I guess it was all right in your eyes that Teresa said those things about Jackie, or claimed Melissa was a stripper, or telling Danielle to pull the crap out of Margaret's hair, and on and on and on. I feel like they all have done stuff, but other people
who was a stripper?
seem to be getting like, oh, I hate them. They need to go, da da da. But I feel like Teresa does just as much. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I don't like her. I'm just saying I feel like people like her, so she gets away with more than others, and it can happen.
I didn't think her response was appropriate. I just said that. I don't believe that her response was appropriate. And as far as saying that Melissa was a stripper, I mean, one of the things that really did come out after a couple of years, she really did work at the strip club.
But was she a stripper?
She say she wasn't.
Oh,
And Teresa actually didn't say that. Now you could argue that she put
It was
Kim D up
oh, I
to
don't know.
say
Kim. One of the Kim said it.
she asked. It was one of the Kims. I
Oh,
think it
okay.
was the Kim D.
Mm.
And because that's the argument. Because Teresa didn't say that she was a stripper. It was
Did
a
she bring
guy.
it to the
They
show?
went to go get their hair done or something, and the guy came in
Mm-hmm.
and said, "Now you could argue that she did a quad. That's some stuff
Right.
quad
That's
do."
yeah.
And she had a guy come in and say that he worked for Melissa at the club because that there it is. But Teresa actually didn't say that she was a stripper.
Right.
She worked at the club though. Let's be clear.
So she did work at the club. So Joe
She
didn't hear
did.
she
Mm-hmm.
worked at the club, or was this before Joe? Because I thought they've
This
been
was
together
way before
forever.
Joe, I'm sure.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming it was before she graduated, and because she was a teacher, although she didn't know where the state of Tennessee was, and what they
I know. I was like,
and
what?
what part of the country Tennessee was. She was
She
a
was
teacher.
like
Melissa
Southwest.
was a teacher.
She was the teacher.
I didn't
That's
know
what she
that.
said.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if it was a teacher or a
I don't know what
babysitter,
she
but
was
she
doing.
said she was a
Teresa
teacher.
started that and
Yeah,
tried to
I know
blame it on
that.
Kim D. I don't remember. That's too far
A
away from
guy
me.
literally came in the beauty shop. I remember that. The guy
Mm-hmm.
came in the beauty shop and said, "Oh, I know your sister-in-law. She worked in me. She
And it was
worked
set
for
up.
me."
One of them Kim set it
I
up,
mean,
and
you
then
can argue that was a setup. I'll take. Hey,
I think
I
it,
ain't saying it's not, but Teresa actually didn't say it.
right.
But okay.
But I mean, I'll give it to you if you want to say that it was a setup. Yes, Teresa did not say she worked at the strip club. The guy did.
So do you really want to see Teresa coming in every episode mad? Like, what can we do? Because I was like, I'm over. Maybe because I binge watched
And
it. It
she
was
keeps
just too
saying
much
you're
for me.
saying stuff behind my back. Because let's be honest, unless Teresa confronts her, what's her name has not said anything to her face. Because she
True.
kept saying, "Why you keep talking about my boyfriend behind my back?"
But who's telling her that she's talking about it? Like, you think it's
Jennifer.
Melissa? Oh,
Jennifer. No,
Jennifer.
Jennifer flat out said she told her. She
Oh,
was in an episode. She said she told her.
I don't remember that.
Jennifer said she told her.
But Jennifer did. I mean, I was asked about
She has
Jennifer when they were
told her.
like, when she was like, "Did
She was
Teresa
like,
get you
"She's
to
my
that?"
friend. I'm gonna tell
Jennifer
her."
was like, "Yeah, Teresa got like she doesn't
Yeah,
not tell." I mean,
Jennifer
I
said
feel
she
like she
told her.
tells the truth. Both Teresa and Margaret are both. Sandy's trying to get in. They both. We gonna be on for like 12 more minutes, y'all. They both start drama. However, since Louis came in the picture and Teresa's getting served regularly, she has calmed down. Oh, okay. I
Now,
did
I
not think
will
that
agree that the white trash
that
thing
was
was flat out
horrible.
wrong.
And
Because one of the things, because I said, she's Italian. I don't know, Italians are considered white today, but every
yeah.
history book I ever had, they not.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, arguably, I don't have nothing to say about that. I don't have no leg in there. I always,
Yeah, I think that's what got
I ain't,
me.
I'm not Italian.
Yeah, because
I ain't
Leanne
white.
did. She said chirpy Mexican, and she got put off.
Yeah.
But I mean, Leanne came with problems too, though.
What's chirpy mean? What does
It
that
means
mean?
it was happy. But I think people didn't
I was
understand what
about
it
to say
meant.
that too. What does
Yeah.
that mean?
But and
I
I don't
never
know.
even heard that phrase. Is that
And
the
then
right
she called her a
phrase?
CUNT. She came up those stairs more than once trying to fight, and I was just like, I do not feel like what has been done equates to all of this. And I will fight for my
I
man. I'm just
think
telling
that
y'all, I
Teresa,
will beat your A for him. Okay. I
yeah,
just don't feel like this was warranted.
this is my thing. This is how I think she feels. I don't know Teresa. I have no
Okay.
leg in this. This is how I think she feels. I think Teresa feels like Louis is new to this. One of the things I remember her saying that in an
Mm-hmm.
argument, he was kind of thrust into this relationship with her, and she feels like she has to protect him.
I
And
get that.
because he's getting this because of her, and I think a part of her may feel bad about that. So that's why she's just like, just stop talking about it. Um, and she's not close enough to those ladies to have those conversations
Mm-hmm.
off camera, because I don't think she considers them her friend for real. So
I
if you
don't
was
think so
really
either.
my friend and you were bringing it up, I would
Mm-hmm.
probably say, look, let me tell you this off camera. But see, um, Margaret is so yappy, she would repeat it.
Mm-hmm.
All
So
the time.
but this is how this is just my interpretation of why she's so protective.
That
Because
makes
I think
sense.
she kind of feels bad that all of this is happening to him.
But I don't
Because,
think that means she need to be fighting people.
and let me also say this. Like you can like for real, for real.
Mm-hmm.
While Joe did whatever he did with his taxes, let's be honest. Joe, this happened because she's on this show. Let's be honest.
That they went to jail.
Correct.
Oh, absolutely.
But and so now she has a new boyfriend, and similar things are happening to him.
And she's trying
So
to
I
protect it.
think that there is a That's just how I interpret it. Because I know I remember one of the things that she said I felt, and it was a side thing when she said he's new to this. He don't even understand what's going on. Like he's kind of thrown in
So
this,
do
and
you
I
think
and I do wonder why she's mad at Joe because yeah, Joe did this and he did that. Had I not gone on this show, would this have all happened?
no, but she wouldn't be as rich as she is either. So it may be.
I
I
knew
met her
she.
went to jail for a year.
I
Uh,
knew that she was going to end up in jail after the first season when
but
she
when they
went and
showed
bought
all
that
that
furniture for
cash,
cash.
I was
Exactly.
like,
That's when I knew. Okay, this is going to be
they
good
going to
because
jail
she's going to
eventually. I
jail.
mean, Caroline, what's her
That was
name?
the first episode too.
Caroline said that
Pulled out
they was
all
gonna
that
go to
cash. I'm
jail.
like, wow, lady. Okay.
I mean, can you get the mail? Get
I
the
knew they was
grocery
criminal at that point,
All
Okay.
right,
but
so
she's grown
we
from
got what?
that.
8 more minutes. Sandy wants to come in. Anything else before I bring Sandy in? I like the show, but I'm not gonna binge watch it ever again because it got on my nerves.
I
Like
like the
I want the beat
Jersey.
up clapping
Jersey
and
is
half the
my
time.
show. That's my go-to. That's my guilty pleasure. I didn't watch Beverly Hills. You can't even compare the two.
No, Beverly Hills make too much money. I don't feel.
You
I just
can't even compare the two.
not at
I
all. I
can't
don't know why
repeat New
people really like
Jersey.
that show as much as they do.
I can't go back and
I think
binge New
Beverly
Jersey
Hills has
because of
loyal
Marge.
viewers.
She gets on my nerves.
That's
I
why
can't.
their numbers have been steady, but
Uh
their
huh.
numbers were Jersey is off the chain. If you go back to them earlier seasons like 4 and 5,
Mhm.
it's like insane.
So what do you think? Did they show a preview? Because I didn't see it of what's gonna happen after this. What somebody said she looked like Carrie when she threw all that red wine on her. Remember how Carrie had all the blood splashed on her at the prom?
Yes,
That's what
somebody did say that. What did Carrie say? They're gonna laugh at you.
they're
What
gonna.
did they say? Yeah, yeah. People were talking about that in the group.
And I was
But
like,
they
well,
said
what
they're
do you
gonna
think they
laugh
can
at
come from
you.
this? Like, do you think
Yeah.
Can
they
they come
can?
out of this?
Say
Is
that
that
again.
what you asked?
Do you
No.
think? Yeah, that's what I'm
Now,
asking.
one of the hints made me think that this might be Teresa that they're talking about in the get rid of. I kind of
Mm,
think we're going to see, but I kind of think Teresa, we'll see. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
yeah.
I'm wondering if Teresa refused to film with them moving forward after this particular episode.
Well, did you hear somebody said that they made Teresa leave the house? Like she had changed, got in her pajamas, was about to get ready for bed, and then they
Well,
told
that's
her
why
she
she
had
was
to
in her
leave.
pajamas. I kind
Yeah.
of believe that, and I don't think she cared.
Why
But
did they
that's
make her leave though? They
probably
thought she was
because
going to fight her.
Margaret. Margaret probably did a Karen. I'm afraid she's out of
Like the real
control.
Karen on Potomac
Out
did
of
with
the
Candy.
real
Yes.
Karen. She
Yeah.
did a Karen. I
Yeah.
absolutely. When I
Right.
read that, or at first I was like, that ain't true, and then I read and I said, oh,
Hmm.
it's possible. I can
But
absolutely see
Do you
that.
think Mark was really scared of Teresa after that?
no,
No, she's
that
trying.
he
This
is
is
a
her pulling a
he is a
cord.
mob kingpin somewhere. I'm sure Marge is shady. She
Yeah, I
ain't
don't think
stealing
that
nothing.
any of them are scared of each other.
I said that. I don't think anybody's afraid of Teresa. When what's her name said that, I was like, how? I ain't never known nobody. Everybody
Oh,
tell her off.
misbehaving. Don't say that.
I told
Why
her.
would
Right.
they be gone? I don't know why y'all don't like Melissa.
I
I feel
did.
like
They did say they need a new family. I did in that article. There's this little clue out there that said, "Y'all want me to read it? Find it
yeah,
and read
find
it."
it. I'm
It's a clue out there about.
While you're looking that up, did y'all see the house that Teresa and Joe are moving into? The one that they're remodeling?
Oh no, but I saw the one that they're in. That
who?
backyard was something that I
Teresa and
write in
Louie?
books.
I don't even know what they're the one that I don't remember that, but it stuck out to me the one they're remodeling to move in because it seemed like it was such a different type of a house than what we're used to seeing them building these brand new mansions. It looks like they just had a regular split entry house that they're going to remodel. And I thought,
Are you talking about Melissa and Joe?
mm-hmm. And
Oh
I
yeah, yeah.
thought,
Okay, I said
did you
Teresa.
see the house?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I did. I mean
No,
Melissa.
I probably heard it wrong because I just
Yeah.
equate
They
Teresa and
said
Joe
that they've been
together.
faking where they've been living since they've been on the show.
Uh,
That
yeah.
really big mansion that they lived
Uh
in,
huh. Uh huh.
that was an investment house.
And
That
so,
he
Oh,
had, yeah, that was an investment house that Joe built.
yeah.
Um, and he had to be out by a certain time. Like it wasn't a situation where they're like, oh, we decided to move. You know, they had to.
Well, she did say you can only find that type of buyer every once in a while. So I
Hmm.
felt like that was her saying there was an investment house. They were just
Yeah.
waiting for somebody to buy it.
Yeah. Well,
But
the
right
house they're
now,
moving into is so
but no,
normal.
they're
I was
knocking
kind
that
of glad
house
to see it.
down and going to build a new one.
Is that what you heard?
Yeah, she said
Okay.
they're going to knock it down.
That
I
makes
don't think I
that makes sense then. Okay.
Yeah, because that house did look like. What did y'all think about him putting? What was the saying? This is Louis for Teresa's parents on the. Was it like a
oh, I thought
tile?
that
I
was
thought
really
that's why I
nice.
feel like Louis, even if he was a bad guy, I think he's a good guy now. Like even if he had a past, I feel like he has been through the self awareness stuff, the counseling. You don't think so?
Well, I do. I am Team Teresa because I don't like the way Marge is coming at them. But I, I, I would be really leery to move on with somebody that has those kind of rumors out there about him being physically abusive, whatever the abuse is,
Right.
Nobody he's not been accused of being physically abusive.
or any
He
abuse,
hasn't. I thought
whatever,
he was.
whatever it is all I'm
She
saying.
used the word abuse, and
Okay,
that's what she used. And the abuse that he's been accused of
is
is
not abuse. I hear what
it's
you're
Was the
not.
saying.
one that you talked about? That's the only thing.
Yes,
So
Oh,
and
I thought
so
it was
I,
more than one thing.
yeah, they make
no,
it sound like it is. I would be leery based on the other things that are rumored to be out
Oh,
there. But if
okay.
if what Joy is saying is true, then
No, if
let's
you
it's
can
just the one
read.
thing,
You
I
can
thought it
read.
was more than one woman.
Mm-mm,
yeah. I,
no,
I I still am team her, even though I don't like Louis.
and his ex-wife had nothing but, and she's quoted herself. This isn't secondhand. I heard from a source that his ex-wife. No, his ex-wife is quoted as saying he was a good guy.
That's
They were
good.
just really young.
Because the
Things
child
just
still lives with her, right? One of the kids lives with his ex-wife.
Yeah.
they're
Is
really
he?
both of them are grown.
Does that son have autism? Is that where the
Yes.
business came from? Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Oh.
he's autistic. That's what the business was about.
All
The
right.
business
Okay.
had something to do with autism. And his argument was, I started this business because of my son. I
Mhm.
allowed her to work
Okay.
there. That was his argument.
Mhm.
If I was
I
going to
don't
give
know about
somebody a
this.
business, I
Joy
would
might
put it.
know.
Put it
Louis
What?
asking another woman to marry him. Okay, so y'all don't like. I
I
think
And
Louis
think
he was
this
okay.
with
video
Teresa.
may have come after what he did to this girl. I don't know because it's that girl. This we're all talking about the same girl. If you want to see her, go to TikTok and
Mm-hmm.
put in Louis X um and Teresa.
Okay.
Here, let me find it.
Do they look alike? I'm gonna bring Sandy in real quick because we got maybe 5 more minutes. I'm getting
No.
us off today, y'all. I'm keeping us on time.
Hi,
Hey
Sandy.
Hey,
everybody, how y'all
Sandy.
doing? I
We
was
good.
listening to y'all, but I agree with both the Teresa and Margaret. They're both toxic. Trust
Thank
me and
you.
believe. Okay,
Was that my
I'm
phone?
so tick. The only reason, like I said, the only reason Teresa this season has calmed down is because she's getting some. So she's not as incendiary and is not as fiery. But they both are. And did you watch the episode when Teresa went to that birthday party and as soon as she hit the door, she
Mm-hmm.
went person after person telling the business and spreading.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Margaret essentially does the same darn thing. Oh my God, it's horrible. Every time you turn around, they're fighting. These are
Oh,
grown
this
ups.
is marriage.
I mean, and so now they involving the men in the shenanigans and they fighting. Oh
They
my God.
involved
I hate
themselves.
that.
They involved themselves.
You
This
But
think
is
you know
they
her.
what?
do?
This is her.
And then
No,
Jennifer
the
Oh,
tries
women,
to get her husband not to be involved. He doesn't want to be involved, but him and you
But
know.
yeah,
Jennifer
right.
wanted
The
her
only
husband
one
to
that
be
don't want to be
involved.
involved is Jennifer.
Jennifer wanted him to. Yeah.
Right. Let me also say this, guys, on this. You can go find this TikTok.
Uh-huh.
If you watch it, by the way, this woman is thanking Margaret for some jewelry. You
Oh.
know,
wow.
the woman that Margaret doesn't
Margaret is
know.
foul. What's her name?
I don't know what her name
But
is,
do,
but
but is
I'm gonna send y'all this
is she just
TikTok.
trying to
Okay.
cause trouble, or have y'all seen the jewelry? Because I
She
can go
didn't
on
say
there and
what the
thank y'all
jewelry.
and thank Melody
She
Hope for some jewelry, and she didn't really send me
she
none.
shows the jewelry in the TikTok.
But is it? I mean, but is it proof that Margaret sent it to her though?
No, she was just thanking her. Well, she
Okay,
said, "I
because I'm
just
gonna
wanted
say
to
I can
thank
go on
you."
right now TikTok and say thank you, Melody Hope, for my Seventh
Right.
Avenue skincare, and
Well,
I
that's what
bought it.
people are arguing. But
I'm
Mhm.
just
here's the connection.
Yeah.
This lady right here, let me show y'all. Okay, let's get to the
Mhm.
gossip.
yeah.
All
Let's
right.
get to it. Hold on, let me put my thing up first, though. We
Yeah.
He's
got
getting
the banner.
her.
Hold on. I gotta find the banner. Hold on. All right, I'm ready. Go ahead.
Okay, so this right here, when Margaret had her party, this guy right here on the left, he's a blogger. I can't
Mm-hmm.
remember the name of his blog, but it's pretty popular on YouTube. He got a gang of people. He knows a whole lot of housewives. It's not just a Margaret thing. They say he
Mm-hmm.
go to half the Beverly Hills
Hmm.
people blog
Okay.
events and stuff. I mean, he even talks about it on
Is he
his
sort of like the white guy that's always with Karen? Cause he is around a lot of housewives too.
I
The
have no idea if this, you know what, that would be interesting to know. I really don't know. But
okay.
it's possible because
Yeah.
he does hang around a lot of Bob, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But if you take a look at the other picture, I don't know what side it's on
Uh-huh.
his. If you take a look, that's Kim D
Yeah.
in the middle. That's the guy
Uh-huh. Who's in the
right
red?
next to him. Y'all see who that is?
I can't tell. Is that Jackie?
No, that is Lewis's ex.
Oh, she looks like Jackie.
Say.
That's
Mm-mm.
Lewis's ex. And this
Okay,
picture
so
right here, no, the other side, up the
That's
guy
him.
David.
Mm-hmm.
Guess where
mhm,
this was taken?
At Marge's party.
At Marge's party.
Oh my
mhm.
God. Mm.
Reason enough for concern to me if I were Teresa.
So you knew it was Louis ex. She looked like Jackie to me. She thin.
So he's not the guy that I was thinking of, though. So that's glad to know.
But I don't
Yeah,
know.
I was thinking it was the guy that was with Karen all the time because he's at every party too. How do we get to be at every party? Because I want to be there.
Don't
I mean,
get me
I
wild,
do.
girl.
So, what else you got to say, Sandy, before we get off? And everybody else, I'm gonna go around the thing. Y'all got last words. Sandy, you can go first.
Well, I'm excited about Sunday, and Grand Dame is coming on Saturday. I do at 8 o'clock, or Saturday or Sunday, one
Are
of
you
them.
gonna
So
watch it?
Tell
Who's
me
oh,
about it.
I'm not watching. So tell
Karen
us if it's
show?
good.
yes, the Grand Dame. Okay, so that's definitely airing. It's either Saturday or Sunday. Mine is
Okay,
I'm gonna let y'all
uh,
watch that. I'm gonna let y'all cover that.
I'm not watching that. Okay, what about you, Callie?
What? Any last words?
Not anything.
Well, I just think that Marge should, just go to the nearest bridge and jump. One, and then
You said what now? March can do what?
she needs to go to the nearest bridge and jump off.
Callie,
oh,
that's
And
mean. Go
then
ahead.
that is
no, you
about it.
When me and Callie agree, I love it.
I know y'all was gonna be against me this time. I was like, I'm ready for it.
I love it.
well, this is only Teresa's just as bad. She's just chilling
She
this
is who
season.
she's just they the
Okay,
same freaking person. That's
No,
all
they
I'm
not. I'm sorry, I've
saying.
not seen Teresa, not even to Danielle when them seasons they didn't get along. I've not seen Teresa act as crazy as Marge acts. I
I
just
agree.
When
haven't
did she
noticed that.
act crazy? I miss
And
oh,
her.
Marge is acting like the kingmaker. That's what irritates
Yes.
me. She's acting like the kingmaker. That's why I
She's
can't
very
mess
rude and
with no woman like
disrespectful.
this.
She needs to be put in her place.
And that also tells me, I believe in my heart, this is my opinion, you cannot be friends with women like her. Because
no,
they and
okay.
she's very manipulative.
Very.
Nobody can look me in my face and tell me you better not leave with them. I'm a better friend to you than them, girl. You better go sit on a stick and
Exactly.
rotate
I think Teresa
backwards.
needs to. I don't think any. I like all of them. I hate when people try to put people off of shows. I think I
No,
like
no, no.
all
I
of
ain't
them.
trying. I can't stand Margaret, and she has earned her spot. I ain't
Right.
like them people out there that
Both
get
of
emotional, don't like somebody, they want to. I
Yeah.
can't stand Kenya, but Kenya has
Yeah,
earned
better.
her
Yeah.
spot
Yeah.
on every cuckoo season she been on.
She's good.
Kenya was a desperado, but she did good on Dancing with the Stars, so she has redeemed herself as far as I'm concerned.
We'll
She just
see. Speaking of Kenya, she did say that she's not going to be the villain, which Joy was. I guess she talked to Joy because Joy wanted her to stop being one.
Yeah, I
oh,
thought.
I'm afraid that if Kenya stops being the villain, which the
nice.
show may be really boring, but if Marlo is as good as she normally is, it'll be okay.
She already said that. I'm what is she? What words, phrase did she use? She didn't say gutter. She said, "You know, I go low." She didn't say that. She didn't say, "You know, I go too far," but there was a phrase like that. In other
She does
words,
go to, yeah.
she didn't say that, but it was a phrase that she used that people accuse her of. She's basically repeating what we say to her.
Because you heard what that she said about Candies, which we don't want to talk about that because we about to
Right,
get
I
off.
was just
But
about to say that. What do
yeah,
we think
she,
about that? I
and
can't be
yeah.
team Candace or Giselle. I like them both. So we need to figure this out.
Oh yeah.
We need to figure this out because
Everybody is assuming sexual, which is really weird to me because I immediately did not think sexual. Okay, so if y'all didn't know the tea is there's a rumor out there
Yeah, I'm not gonna show
that
it.
allegedly a housewife, they're talking about Potomac, is trying to take down a house husband. So they're trying, basically, to get to the details, they're saying, the streets are saying that
Mhm.
Giselle accused Chris, Candace's husband, of being inappropriate with her. Some people were trying, she's supposed to be trying to take him down. To me, the whole
It
title of
sounds
it is
ridiculous.
ridiculous because no housewife tries to take a husband down.
Wow. Yeah.
But I do think it's possible that Chris said something to her inappropriately because he was mad at what things that Giselle said either about him or
Mm-hmm.
Candace in the season. And Giselle isn't the type to argue with men. She's
Mm-hmm.
just not going to do that. And it was surprising because Giselle speaks generally highly of Chris.
She
She
loves.
may not
Yeah.
have liked what she saw in him the previous season, but of all the house husbands, she has doted on. Always thought he was great, but allegedly he said something inappropriate to her,
And we
or
don't
she
know.
thought
And
was
right, people
inappropriate.
just going straight to he wanted her. And I'm like,
Uh-uh.
he could have just
Yeah,
been drunk
No,
and
and
that,
irate.
if y'all
that's
remember, Chris
good.
had a brown drink
And he
Mhm.
was
at
mad
the
because
reunion.
if you
That
looked at
dark
the
liquor.
reunion, they would show him backstage and he was pacing. Like he was
Yeah,
pissed at Nikki for trying to make her sing. And I
yeah.
mean, he was mad at
Yeah, he was
everybody.
pissed. Chris
Yeah.
was mad. And if y'all watch his TikToks, because I watched Chris on TikTok, he hasn't been lately. Every time you see him, he's drinking. There was actually a conversation about it. Ashley actually mentioned it. It ain't my
Oh,
business. He a grown man.
let
If
him
that's what
drink.
he
Mhm.
want to do, that's what he want to do. If he ain't drinking
Right.
and driving, it's not an issue for me.
Me, if
You
he's
know
at
what I'm saying?
home.
Or anybody on the road, and I'm certainly not saying that he has. He because Chris seemed cool to me, but when people get that brown liquor in them,
But
things happen.
if all that is true, Giselle knows that Chris don't want her. So to
Right.
me, if she goes after him about something,
Right.
that means she has nothing else important to talk about to me. I don't
They
know
must be
how far
boring.
they're
The
going to
season is
take that.
boring. Right.
Yeah. So I don't
Right.
even want to
and,
hear
and,
that
and
comment
not
because
only
they
that,
must have
she
nothing to talk
knows.
about.
I didn't even think that. I never
Mhm.
even assumed that would be sexual. Not that Giselle isn't attractive, but Candace, that little cute thing, Candace is a
Yeah.
cutie. And she looks
Hmm.
so
Well,
good.
well, not only that,
Wigs,
J-
if you heard me, if you ever watched this, stop wearing them stupid wigs. She
Who
looks
Candy?
so pretty with
Yeah.
her hair.
It looks her wigs are too
Them
big for her
wigs
head.
age her
Yeah.
by 15
Yeah,
years.
that's true.
Her with her natural
Giselle
hair.
doesn't respect Candace, so that's why she went after her husband Chris. She would not go after Wendy's husband. I tell you that much right now. Okay,
Is
she
Wendy
knows
coming back?
exactly who to do
Wendy's
that.
back.
She is back. Oh.
Yeah, but because Wendy will get her told straight up, quick,
Wendy ain't
fast, and
gonna
in a
get
hurry.
nothing
Wendy's
Oh,
told.
a
and
Wendy ain't gonna
Wendy's
get nothing told.
a
Wendy
Yeah, I
rehearsed
can
so
see
hater.
that Wendy this quick.
did
confused
y'all see
about
the
her.
last episode of Huntsville and Tisha? She when she was talking, you know the expression, blood is thicker than water.
Yeah, she said
Now
blood.
yeah,
That's a song, no, that's
But
not
it is a
stupid. You can
song. Joy
Google
looked
it.
it up. I
It's
still
a
don't think it's
song.
normal though, Joy, for
that's
people to
what
say.
I'm talking. Have y'all heard
I
that?
mean, it's a real thing, though. I
But is
mean,
blood thicker
No,
Mhm.
no.
than mud? Okay.
But
Blood is blood
let's just
thicker than
go straight.
mud.
look, don't make me sit up here and
When
defend
she
T.
was talking about her
But I
cousin,
think on this particular thing, y'all taking it too far.
I
I
think it's
really
funny.
don't make me sit up here and defend that girl.
Let me just type that
no
in.
D.
Is
So
blood
I'm just
thicker
listen.
than
I'm just
mud?
listen. I come with my receipts and
Yeah.
straight up no say so. Okay,
Wait a minute,
this
you
is
came
what
with the
she
receipt.
said.
It's
But it is
blood
a
thicker
song
than
called
water.
"Blood Is Thicker
Oh,
Than Water."
well,
Mud.
I
that's
mean,
the
Then
mud
one on
is
YouTube. But didn't they
same,
say mud on the show?
but she
she
said
said
blood is
mud,
thicker.
thicker
Blood is
than
thicker
mud.
than mud. But she said blood is thicker than mud, and that's it's not true though. That's
I
why
mean,
it
it's
Now,
called,
bothers me.
wait a minute, and it's called Family Affair. Blood is thicker than mud. The name of the song is Family
Where
Affair.
they from? The Tisha mama, they want to play that in the juke joint. That's how Tisha know about that. Wanda played that at the hole in the wall, and Tisha was there because they the same age,
Oh,
and
Sly
she done
Stone. Yeah,
heard
it's possible.
blood is
It's
thicker
Mhm.
than
actually a
mud.
song, and the first line is blood is thicker than
Thicker than
mud.
mud.
Even gangsters and thugs approve family love. It's a family affair, no
So call me
calamity.
Child.
there.
It's
It's
humanity
humanity
share.
share. We
Who's
the
the rightful
ritual.
heir?
Oh, the rightful heir. Okay.
Okay, all right, blood is thicker than mud.
she still is taking the saying out of context. Okay,
She,
so she was
yeah,
about
she
her
did
cousin.
twist her.
Okay, okay. So
Okay, so I don't have any last words. I'm happy I binge watched New Jersey. It gave me like heart palpitations because Dolores almost fought Jackie, Jennifer and Melissa almost got into it, Teresa throwing stuff at people, and Marge just being Marge. And I was like,
Dolores was
women,
mad that night too when her and Jackie got into it.
these women are a lot. And that's why I don't think they need anybody else that's a lot. Like
She was
they,
really just a little heartbroken, I think, over the
What
yeah,
boyfriend.
because
what
David.
what's her name? Don't yeah, she was yeah.
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 Callie, what did
And
you
it's
think?
crazy that David talked to everybody
She was in the
first.
hospital with her
Right.
mama.
That's
Wait a
so
minute. Do y'all
sad.
think Dolores tans to? I think that's her color. She may add a little bit to it, but I think she's naturally dark. What do y'all think?
All
Well,
of
not
them
that
were
dark.
dark. If
She
you look at
definitely does
old pictures of
tan.
Melissa when she was young, she was
Melissa,
Yeah.
dark.
yeah, she was
She
dark.
looked mixed. I
Yes,
know
she
she
did.
got add. I be wanting to add to the anybody ever confuse you with being biracial when she was younger.
She
She
did. She said people
had
used to
her.
say she looked like Tia and Tamara, like she thought they were the twin, like they look alike.
Right. Mhm.
Yeah,
I ain't never
She, I
thought that
mean, but
resemblance.
I mean, I always have to remind people that the tip of southern Italy is only 90 miles from Africa.
yeah.
You look at it
It
on a
still
map,
just get
the
dark.
water, of course, is the it divides them, but the tip of southern Italy is only 90 miles from. Why y'all think all them Sicilians so dark?
They dark, and I mean, I feel like Dolores though. One time, one picture, I thought she was Giselle, and I was like, no, she darker than Giselle. Like that lady is her dark. She dark.
Mm.
But I like Dolores. That's why I want them on there. And I feel like they can fight and make
Dolores,
up.
I like Dolores generally. I mean, she of all the women on there, as far as who you would want to kick it with, she
Mm-hmm.
seems like she's fun. I
I
would
like her.
Dolores seems the most normal,
Yeah.
Yep,
but it
I
doesn't
would
make
agree with that.
interesting TV. So it's not
Mhm.
that it doesn't make it. It's just like with Candy. I think Candy of all the girls is probably the most normal, and Candy is connected. If you want to hang with somebody, she would be
Yeah.
the one I would hang with. But that girl, in my opinion, does not make interesting TV. And I think this show that she just did proved it.
It does. I didn't watch it. Callie's still on episode 3, and she been on there since.
It's true.
At least
I
she
have
got off
watched
one.
up to 4. I did get off of
So
I
it's
1.
pretty.
couldn't do it. I just
I
couldn't
didn't even
do it.
try.
I tried. I
I
watched
didn't.
the first one, then I started the second one. I think I was doing everything but watching the show. I just played it. I
Mm-mm.
gave her
Well,
the credit that on that episode.
Did y'all hear
that's
Nene
because
left the
they
country?
were fighting. If they were fighting, you would like it. You would be more into it.
I
I know.
heard they doing stuff like that.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not
I
watching.
heard they on there clowning.
Oh, really?
I heard the show is got plenty of drama, but that don't mean that these people that
You know,
you don't have
Sean,
any kind of attachment with are interesting.
Mm. Well,
And
y'all
that
got.
What do y'all think about Nene? She left the country with her boyfriend after accusing
Well, that shows he's not married because his wife is not there, is she? Unless he has multiple wives.
say that again.
Nene's
What
with her
happened?
boyfriend in Ghana.
Oh, okay, yeah, I did.
So
See that.
she left the country after her
Is
little.
his wife there, Callie? That you
I
think
don't
he?
know. I
Okay.
don't know.
Can we
Was you
argue
there?
about that? Can we have a whole argument about Nene not
Yeah, I hate to cut y'all off. Like I'm hanging up the phone. Like
Wait,
you see, Nene has rhinoplasty. Her nose is.
she been had that, right?
Oh no, she's had it revised. You can see that
No, she don't
She
need no.
had?
Y'all,
rhinoplasty.
Yeah, funny.
But y'all, we got 3 more minutes and we getting off. We're gonna get off at 6:20. I'm getting us off of here. Anything else?
I
So
like.
are we going to?
I think they have a good recipe. I love Jersey. If you're a Jersey fan, tune in. That I heard that the reunion is crazy. I can't
God.
wait to watch it. I didn't like their fashions. I don't know if we didn't have time to do that. Maybe we
No,
can
we
do that.
didn't.
But we can do that next time. But
I have a
all of
picture of
them,
them though.
none of them.
Too
Only
much
the
fire.
best looking one by far, in my opinion, is Jackie.
Jackie.
She looks really good. I would like Jennifer's dress. I just don't like those sleeves.
Jennifer looks the cutest to me. The sleeves are
The
suspect.
sleeves are horrible. I think
Melissa's
March's dress
dress,
is okay. Dolores'
well,
dress is.
she looks
I mean,
like she's
Dolores
going to
got
the
a tummy tuck.
mortuary. The mortuary.
But Teresa's dress looks good in
Teresa's
video.
jumpsuit is not as flattering in that picture as I've seen it in.
Yeah,
Right,
the video
right,
is
right.
great.
Yeah, the video is pretty.
Why is Tiki? Did y'all see Jennifer say Tiki Barber was cute?
Jennifer said that she loves riding him. Did y'all catch that?
Yeah, that was so funny. Did you see her on Watch What's Happening Live?
I don't really watch that anymore.
Yeah, she talked about that. She was like, I didn't mean it. She was just like,
Yeah, she did.
but yeah. I mean, the other day I was talking about something, and y'all tried to insinuate I meant something totally different. Right? I was talking about rolling dice.
Well, there are two dice down there. I mean, so either way,
you rolling them, girl.
I was talking about rolling dice.
Right in there.
Yeah, Tiki's wife. I don't even know who the sad part is. She does not need to come
mixed.
back because we call her Tiki's wife. We don't even call her name. So therefore, I will say
Does she
she
have a name? What is her name?
Tracy? I think it's Tracy.
Tracy. Not it. Okay, y'all. So let me do our social media. And while we're talking, y'all let me know when we're doing Huntsville. Are we gonna do it?
Oh,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I wanted to mention that when you had mentioned something about Dolores, that Teresa and Dolores are very similar. The difference is the hype is just not on Dolores, because you see when the smaller incident about who's a better friend came up, how she responded. Dolores will pop out too.
Oh yeah,
it could
Dolores
be,
scared me,
you
but
know,
Jackie wasn't scared, which I thought was really.
What does she do for a living, Dolores?
I have no idea.
Jackie seemed like she ain't scared because she knows security behind them.
That might be why. Okay.
Yeah.
So when are we doing Huntsville, y'all? Because Easter is Sunday. I think I will be home. But we can do Monday. I'm off from work Monday too. So y'all just let me know.
Is it a new episode tomorrow night?
Saturday.
Well, do people still go to church?
I don't know.
Not with pandemic. Some
That's
are
kinda
few,
what I'm-
but not all the churches are open. Most of it is live stream.
Okay.
And y'all know that the numbers are going up. Y'all
Of
been
what?
watching it? The COVID numbers are going
No,
up.
I
I
know. I think Sandy, we got an echo.
I
Take
just
off.
try to still have my mask on when I'm out in
So
public.
are we doing Sunday then? That's fine with me.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do Sunday.
Sunday.
Well, that's what we're
Maybe we
doing.
should do it Monday.
I don't care. Monday's good too. I don't care.
Let's do Monday. I'm home Monday.
Monday's better.
Let's
Yeah.
do Monday, just in case. So hopefully y'all can get with us Monday. Enjoy your Easter with your families if you're going to do it. We'll probably do it
At what
4:30,
time
5 o'clock. What you
Oh,
saying,
okay.
Sandy?
I was saying what time on Monday?
Probably 4:30, 5 o'clock. Depends on when
Okay.
we log on. I'm going to just say that.
Wait a minute. I also want to say this when we get to Huntsville. Please don't let me forget this. I
Okay.
didn't know that Marceau went to Africa for a whole month.
Yes, girl. He went to Africa for a month.
You guys were saying that.
I don't
Latoya,
know.
I think, put that in there or something.
I'm
What?
going to
Is
find
that
it, honey.
fact?
Yes.
Is that fact, or is it like?
Monday.
Oh, he went and he texted somebody else from Africa.
I think I'm gonna go find it. I think it was.
But what-
he
I
could have
mean-
been playing, but I think he
He
said it
texted
on Instagram. I gotta go find it.
Sandy, wait a minute. He said the phone didn't work. You've heard that it did work, and he sent somebody else.
Yeah, there was something. Didn't I, Montique? Didn't I send you the text where the girl had the team of all the information that he's been texting, that he called her,
Yeah.
and she
I
sent
think,
him
yeah, we
pictures.
seen that.
And
Yeah,
then
Yeah.
he
I've
sent
seen
pictures to
that.
Tish. His phone worked. I don't care what
Mhm.
nobody say. His phone worked.
Mm.
My friend married a guy in Africa, which he here, but anyway, and his phone works every day. They talk. I mean, she did the. You know how
I'm
somebody
just gonna
sends you a
pray.
DM like, "Can I get to know
Oh,
you?" She did
90
that.
Day Fiance thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they talk every day. He's still over there. He in Africa every
What
day.
part
They
of
talk.
Africa?
Well, maybe you have to have certain kind of service.
WhatsApp. They use WhatsApp. What
Well,
service you need for that?
Yeah, they be inboxing people like crazy. They be
Yeah.
inbox. I just block them, and then they had a nerve to get in your inbox and want a video chat. Like,
Right.
it be like, why is my phone ringing at 11:30 at night? It's somebody named Abdul Rasul. Oh,
Oh, Joy. Joy be
a
getting
mess.
them. So y'all see old Callie down there being mischievous. Every time I see this one, I see
Mhm.
Callie being bad.
Okay, I don't know if y'all some Pinterest followers, and we have a Pinterest page, so we'll be updating that. So we can add
Oh
Pinterest
yeah, we
to
have
it.
Pinterest now.
It'll just be two fashion
Okay, we'll
products.
update it.
Nothing
Follow us
deep.
on everything. Is Pinterest Chatter Up too, Callie?
Yeah.
Okay, follow us there. Everything is Chatter Up, so you can't miss us. We will be back Monday. Let's say 4:30 to 5. We don't know which one yet, but just be looking for it. We'll put out an announcement.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see how I get this off of us. Anything else y'all got before we leave?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Just so y'all know, somebody, Joy, maybe as an educator, you can kind of direct this person, but apparently Marcel can't spell delay.
Martell. He
Martell
spelled
can't spell
delay wrong. Oh, I want to talk about. I got a lot to talk
he
about for her.
spelled what wrong?
Delay.
delay.
Like he
He
spelled
spelled it
California.
DEA.
We'll talk about it Monday.
LY. Just I'm gonna send you. He needs to.
And another thing about that book, we gonna talk about it though.
Okay. I
So
know
that'll
that's
be
the
Monday
thing.
at 5. Are y'all joining Trump's? No, I don't know what Trump's social media is, and I'm not following it.
Trump social media.
Oh, she said just playing. But anyway, y'all want to piece it out? Sandy, we can't see you, so you
What do
can't
y'all
piece. So
think
you got to
about
say
that
it.
one conservative guy trying to buy Twitter?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Elon Musk. He's trying to
Tesla
buy it.
guy.
Elon Musk, the
I mean,
Tesla
he's
guy.
just an actor, right?
He did Tesla.
He's
Oh,
Tesla.
he's Tesla.
He's
Okay, I
Tesla.
know.
Yeah, and his girlfriend name is like Gambit or something, and their child name is like EMC squared or something like that. I'm just letting y'all know. They weird.
Okay.
Yeah, go look it up. Anyway,
We
y'all
didn't
want to piece
talk
it out?
about
Huh?
the Kardashians trying to put out that sex tape, y'all. Did y'all didn't watch
I
part
don't care
one
about
of the
them.
Hulu? Am I the only one that watches the Kardashians? Can we get some audience input? Am I the only
You
one that
must
watches them?
be.
I'm not watching that.
I don't watch that.
You don't watch it either. She was crying because Ray J is trying to put out this different episode of the tape. And guess what? Let me tell you, her son is on Roadblocks and saw something that said Kim K's new sex tape.
That's on Roblox.
Her son.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that
they
kind of
need
stuff
to
was
do
on
something
Roblox.
about the algorithm with
Oh
children
yeah.
because you shouldn't be on like even YouTube. A
Yep.
kid can be watching a kid's show and
Yes.
then it switches when that show goes off, so, or a commercial will come
Yep.
up that's so inappropriate for kids. Like
Overly inappropriate.
Oh,
She
I
does.
didn't
She
like
has
know
her
that.
lawyers
I'm
in
gonna
touch
insane.
look
with
it up
Roblox.
now.
Yeah, she has her lawyers in touch with her because that's come on. That is horrible for anybody
Yeah.
to see that on a kid's game.
I
Anyway,
hate that.
yeah. So
All right, y'all. Well, I kept us down to 120. Like we did better.
yes, we
Um,
did.
so we're gonna try to stay within an hour 30, and we doing it. Thank you all for being with us. Please follow us on all of our social media. Come join us on Monday, 4:30 or 5 o'clock. It depends on how we feel.
Oh, here it is.
Maybe 5. What you got, Joy? Joy's finna show some before we
Okay,
get out.
another long time Metro is set to be booted in the coming weeks. The fan favorite, who has been on a franchise for the last 10 years, has had her fate sealed with the network. Production and executives believe her storyline has wrapped up and believe her unwillingness to work with the cast is old. This longtime cast is ready to be taken into a new direction and needs a new family.
Is
Maybe a
it?
Turkish one to be centered around. I think it's supposed to be around.
Okay.
Also, the network is looking to find out if the housewives' estranged sister, that is
That's Jackie.
Jackie, would be willing to come to the table. Expect a shakeup with some new faces and a broad new direction.
Why
Other
would
news
they do
sources
that
will
though?
be
Bravo makes me
discussing this
mad
in the
doing
coming
that kind of stuff.
days. I tend to think that Teresa wasn't coming back when they asked her on Watch What's Happening Live, was she willing to film her wedding, which is this summer?
Uh-huh.
She said she don't know. And
Really?
that tells me that Teresa may be at a point where it's just time to walk away.
And
I
Louis
don't
may
know.
not like it. And if she likes
Yeah,
Louis,
She
yeah.
might be
unlike Kim
finding
Newton
out some
didn't leave
stuff
her
about
husband,
Louis
he
she
didn't
doesn't
like
want
it.
I
her to
think that
know.
if I think that Kenya would still be married
Yeah, that's
had
what I
she
said.
been
Yeah,
willing
if
to
she
walk
would
away from
if she would have
reality
walked away
TV
from the
and
show,
focus
yeah.
on her family instead of
Who
being.
is that?
I
Oh yeah,
saw
look
that
at his big
picture.
old suit. I'm gonna show that too Monday.
Ain't
That
that
was in the
cute?
'90s. That was
His
10 years
clothes was
I
ago.
not
know
as
that's some
tight,
latest
Joy.
stuff. Well,
But I mean,
his had
men
some
wore
fur on
suits
his
like that.
head.
Today, it's just now the kids, these men want to wear capri pants, suits, uh, and leggings
They do.
and
They do like
jeggings. Look,
leggings,
and jeggings too.
skinny jeans. I'm like,
Right.
I don't want no man in
Ooh,
those
I ain't gonna even
leggings.
tell you what I think about men wearing tight suits. It's ridiculous.
Um, All right, y'all.
Okay.
We getting off. Y'all ready? Peace.
Hmm. Wait a minute.
Thank you,
We
Cindy.
didn't even talk about the potatoes.
That's on the Huntsville day. We're gonna do that Monday.
All right, bye, y'all. I'm
All
hanging
right.
out.
That was Thanksgiving dinner, and